and gentlemen, welcome back to Doctor Who Reviews. We had to delay us for a week, sorry about that, but we're back now, and we're talking about Mawdryn Undead, the Peter Davison story. As to discuss it with me, I'm joined by my two co-hosts. Firstly, to my virtual left, the Lion, the Witch, and the audacity of this bitch, brackets affectionate, it's Rizzy Inferno.
I love that, everybody.
And to my virtual right, and our special guest, because he very kindly volunteered after Kishira had to drop out at the last minute, about to be shoved with the yellow brick road, it's MichaelWhovian.
Hello.
Yeah, we had to get Mike to talk about a Peter Davison.
We did.
Because usually Peter Davison is. Peter Davison is. He is a good doctor, but saddled with bad writing sometimes.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. He is a good doctor. I like him a lot. His era...
Arc of Infinity. What are like good ones? Arc of Infinity, somewhat.
Androzani, Enlightenment.
Androzani, Castelvalva. And then I think of his bad episodes. Frontios, Time Flight, Resurrection of the Daleks.
Did you just call Arc of Infinity a good Peter Davison episode?
He tried to, but we're not going to let that stand.
Also, for good episodes, you missed the two Mara stories, by the way.
The two Mara stories.
Yeah, and also controversial, but Black Orchid.
Yes, Black Orchid's amazing. Black Orchid's really good.
A controversial one. I'll let you have it for now, but if we ever do the podcast on it, I'm sure I'll have.
We will eventually cover that one.
Here's another bad. Here's another bad episode. Earthshock, because
yes.
God.
Correct.
I don't know why people like that one, but I do know. I didn't know why.
We might as well talk about the King Daddy, a bad Peter Davison story.
I know why people like Earthshock, because the child gets killed.
Yeah, but yeah, Mawdryn Undead. If you don't want Mawdryn Undead is. It was a messy first step, which led us to get to Enlightenment. That's about the best.
Yeah,
I can
and
say.
Terminus.
And Terminus.
For context, this is 1983, the 20th anniversary of the show. A little nostalgic, shall we say. Every story from the season features something that was in Doctor Who before. Now, admittedly, the reason they're able to do this is because of this block right in the middle, which is the Black Guardian trilogy, where the Black Guardian from the Key to Time saga reappears. And it's basically a dude wearing a bird who says, "Kill Doctor Who now, boy!"
It's Valentine Dial, though. He's great at it.
If they did not have the 5 Doctors, this season would have ended on the King's Demons. Let's not beat around the bush. This season would have ended on the King's Demons.
It did.
Yeah, it did.
It did on the King's Demons.
If you look up the season, the 5 Doctors is counted as part of
iPlayer says it's separate.
Oh.
Well, it's on the same Blu-ray set, so I see what point Mike is making. But for about 8 months, King's Demons was the end of the season.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
the choice is somewhere in the middle.
But also, King's Demons was the end of the season. So,
but Mawdryn Undead is an interesting story. A bit. Actually quite complex for an 80s Doctor Who story. When you think about it.
Very complex.
Timey-wimey.
I feel like there are concepts here that should have got more of a showing.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it was pretty enjoyable for what it was.
Yeah, they're doing a lot. It's a very busy script because it has to deal with the Turlough thing. It has to deal with the Black Guardian. It has to deal with our returning companion.
Yeah.
Yeah, and amidst all that, it has these really heavy sci-fi concepts.
And wants to relate to a leaving companion because this is final.
Well,
full-time episodes.
Yeah, well, she's in Terminus, but
she's vaguely in Terminus.
She's barely in Terminus. Like she doesn't.
I don't remember Terminus that well.
Terminus.
You don't remember? We're all going to die.
But,
yes,
but
I knew you were right.
Yeah, so like Terminus, Nissa got the Ben and Polly treatment. half that
Oh,
episode,
it's not that bad.
Half that episode, yes, is just like, I'm sick. I need help.
At least it wasn't the dodo treatment.
It's
Oh,
not
yeah.
that bad. It's really not that bad.
Yeah, at least
It's
it wasn't the
not
dodo
bad.
treatment. That's probably the worst one
Yeah.
yet.
Oh.
No, Ben and Polly. You need to see the... Oh, my...
I know.
Getting shot of dodo is the new title for the War Machines.
Oh, God almighty. Is that a Pip Madley?
Yes.
Of course.
Hey, I've now found out he also watches The Traces like me. So, yeah, great minds think alike, I guess.
Hey.
But, yeah, it's...
So, yeah, it's for a reference. We're in season 20. We've previously had the Arc of Infinity, which Mike loves that Ergon. He loves that space chicken.
Yeah.
Look.
And Snake Dance, which gets a brief mention as continuity.
I am of the opinion that if you have continuity, it should be used, but used in a way that there are some bad uses of continuity. Terrible. I'm looking at you, Chibnall. You're not going to get away with that.
We'll get to Chibnall later.
We'll be talking about Chibnall later, but also you're mentioning continuity. This is the story where Doctor Who continuity finally gets irrevocably murdered.
Yeah.
But we'll get to that. We'll get to that. Raina, please.
It's very strange to me that this story actually, is the first appearance for a number of parts of the lore. Including one very important one in particular regarding the Doctor Regeneration. But we start not in the TARDIS, but at a boys' school, where the Brigadier is now retired and teaching.
Now, this is an interesting choice, but we have to talk about the behind the scenes. It's strange to think, why would an ex-soldier randomly decide to become a teacher? Well, it's because
Danny,
this was not the first choice. It was originally supposed to be William Russell returning as Ian Chesterton, which would make a whole lot of sense since he was a science teacher. But William Russell, for whatever reason, he wasn't able to do it. I don't know the reason. But they briefly considered instead having the imbecile himself, Harry Sullivan, is played by Ian Marter. But
this is a public school, so he would have been a perfect fit.
But they went with eventually the next best thing, and we're not really going to complain about it because he was always a class act. Nicholas Courtney as Brigadier Lethbridge.
Yeah, he's a good addition to this story.
Yeah, I when I think about it, I don't think Ian could do some of the I love Ian because Ian was the young face of, but when it's a young Doctor, you really need someone wise, if you get what I mean. The Brigadier works really well because even in the beginning when he doesn't have when you see that something's not quite right with him, even then he feels like how he was with Unit. Like he's right back into it's really nice to see him, especially given how when he departed it was not on the best of terms. Let's just
see. Here's the thing with me, and why I think I would have preferred Ian. It's because we eventually got a lot of Brigadier reoccurring appearances. I mean, you've got even without this, you've got Battlefield,
Five Doctors,
his 5 Doctors. You've got that one Sarah Jane episode and some other stuff. But Ian, he never really came back. So it would have been an interesting change of pace to come back to the first ever companion for the 20th anniversary as well. We're back where the show started. Because there are more than a few little subtle callbacks to how the show started.
What was the one episode with? Oh God! Oh my brain! I know it's one of the last Tom Baker seasons. Oh God!
Meglos.
Thank you.
Meglos Meglos. Yeah, because Barbara.
Of course she's in that, but not as Barbara.
And she played that fanatical.
Yeah, not as Barbara. Yeah,
he wasn't Barbara
because they new Doctor Who, they would you cannot be the companion. You can show up not the companion, but once you're the companion, you don't show up as any other character anymore.
Yeah.
Rain put up a picture of Billy Piper regenerating.
Yeah, I will do that in post. We don't have access to Google Meets tonight, but I'll do that in post.
Yeah. But,
And then we get public school
That's the one time I'll say
shenanigans.
that.
Then we get public school shenanigans. I'm ignoring you. Public school shenanigans. You know, the great thing is, I didn't hear what you said, but I know what you said. So I'm just ignoring you.
Oh, yeah.
It was definitely about some kind of lupine creature and an occupation, wasn't it? But,
I'm not saying nothing.
good. So, yeah, we get public school shenanigans. One of the boys, Turlough, steals the British car and then crashes it, as you do. It's all done in hockey sticks. And wakes up in the test card.
He wakes up in an Earthbound boss battle.
He wakes up in the BBC test card. And I just realised that the Earthbound music would fit the Black Guardian here.
Now I find it hilarious that last time was it last time we talked Rain? It was about the Quantum Leap episode.
Yes.
The Boogeyman? Yes, it was.
Yes.
And how that would have been a Black Guardian story.
Yes, we did.
Well, here we are.
We did it again.
And now here we are. And we're doing it again.
How do we keep doing this?
The Black Guardian is one of the more fascinating villains. I love the Black and White Guardians because of just how they're not supposed to be God and the devil. They're more like essences of good and evil.
Yeah, they're good versus evil. Yeah.
Which is interesting.
Yeah. They're the very essence themselves. They're not Fenric. Fenric was an actual being of evil incarnate. That was the Black and White Guardians are more like the essence. Like they are
they're light and dark.
Yeah,
they're light and darkness.
Which you know,
so
is a little moral binary when you think about it. But it's interesting if you really think about it, because the Doctor, he definitely falls on the good axis. But if you're talking about law versus chaos, he definitely leans more to chaos at some point.
Yeah, chaotic neutral,
and that's why, and that's why and that's why I love an Enlightenment when you see him talk to them. Whenever he does something that would not be good to one, he steps over to the other just to speak the line. So when he is offered the crystal, and the White Guardian's like, your crystal, this is your crystal. He walks over to the Black Guardian before he goes, no, absolutely not.
Yes, well, that's enlightenment for you. But for now, the Black Guardian. What's interesting is that at this point, Turlough asks, "Well, why don't?" Because the Black Guardian wants to kill Doctor Who, presumably as revenge for that whole Key to Time malarkey.
This is the episode's first missed opportunity, but please continue.
But there's this whole thing where he can't directly interfere in events, like he's one of the fucking Watchers or something. So he just has Turlough be his agent to act and be like, in exchange for leaving this planet, you can kill Doctor Who, because Turlough's an alien, by the way. Which here's the interesting thing. Given that this aired during the 20th anniversary season, and it was originally supposed to have Ian Chesterton, would we be able to call Turlough an unearthly child?
No, because then we'll get sued by that one idiot.
God.
No. If it had turned out that this was Ian Chesterton, Turlough would have turned out to be from the planet Marinus, and then we would have to.
Well, we don't even know what planet he's from yet. That's all for 1984.
Wow, that's a deep cut. That's a deep cut, Mike. Good God.
Yeah.
I like the Keys of Marinus.
No, I'm not saying I dislike it. I'm just saying going to Marinus is a deep cut.
That story is Terry Nation at its most batshit, shall we say?
Whether it's a good or a bad thing is up to you to decide. But
anyway, Turlough has been tasked with killing Doctor Who once and for all.
And this is the first missed opportunity of the story for me. Because when he first talks to Turlough, he's like, "You'll be destroying one of the most evil beings in all of creation." And then the next episode, he just drops it. He's like, "In the name of all that's evil, I command you to kill the Doctor." We could have something here.
there's a line where he says something like, "Oh, the Doctor's good, and since I'm evil, that means that he is my evil."
Yes, but that's what I'm saying. You could have had a bit more of a nuance here. We know the Black God is evil personified, but Turlough doesn't. Until he does.
You know what you could have done? You could have had him show up like how he did in Armageddon Factor at the end. Where he's
as the White Guardian,
yeah, like he pretends to be the White Guardian.
My thoughts exactly, because then you'll be killing one of the most evil beings in creation would make a lot more sense.
Yeah.
I mean, you'd know the jig is weird because, kill Doctor Who is not an act of noble virtue.
It would
looking
be,
at you, eye patch bitch.
It would
it's
be if
entirely
you thought the person,
valid, so you know it.
Hang on. It would be if you thought the person you were killing was evil.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, which, that's the entire thing with the silence arc, but we're not going to go on that.
No, we're not. You're absolutely right with that. You're absolutely accurate with that, Frez. Well done. Please do continue.
Listen. I flipped the coin and we didn't land on Wedding of River Song. I don't get to talk about the silence arc.
And then a neat bit of continuity that I really did like, that Tegan is terrified that Mara might get control of her again.
Well, I mean, when you think about it, that was only last week.
Yeah, I know, but I like the fact they referenced it.
But yeah, Snake Dance was really a pretty nasty experience for Tegan. Great story, but
it was very much a nasty experience.
And now in modern Doctor Who watches next year, the Mara comes out of Tegan once again because.
Well, that's not going to happen because Doctor.
Stop it! Plot twist: the Mara comes out of Billy Piper instead.
You know what? This year I might use the Mara because I've actually had a lot more ideas. I mean,
don't threaten me with a good time. Anyway. Then we get an unintentionally funny bit where the Black Guardian gives Turlough this crystal that you can communicate with him through it. It's a tea light. This is just a tea light.
Low budget Doctor Who.
This is not a crystal. This is clearly just a tea light.
Oh God!
Which they then crack in part 4.
Doctor Who, boy.
But here's the thing: because it cracked, the light actually looks a little brighter when they crack. Because they cracked the tea light, when he goes to pick it up and show it, it actually looks a little brighter.
Yeah. And then there's a neat bit where he tries to smash the crystal because you get a second thought that it's stuck to his hand. And the Black Guardian's like, "No, boy, you must honour our arrangement." So
we can sum up. We can literally sum up every Valentine Day scene as "Kill Doctor Who."
He's still great,
Kill
though.
Doctor Who.
He's still great in the role.
Oh yeah.
I will not hear slander against Valentine Dial.
I even said this when we did Terminus. He literally just shows up to get a paycheck and say, "Kill Doctor Who, boy."
He does give us a good cliffhanger, though. This is your final chance. Kill the Doctor.
That's a pretty good cliffhanger. Yes. There's some fun ones in this one as well. So meanwhile on the TARDIS, brace for impact.
Yeah, spaceship.
Spaceship, and it's got this technobabble, a warp ellipse or something. So you can't just warp away from it. So you got to land on it.
Yeah.
And we're investigating it, and it's like, there was a transmat here, but it left the ship 6 years ago. How interesting. I wonder what happened there.
Yeah, they start looking.
And it's connected to Earth for some reason.
Yeah. So they get the TARDIS on board the ship. They get the TARDIS on board the ship, and then there's transmat shenanigans, and suddenly Turlough's on the ship.
Yep.
And then he walks into the TARDIS, and there's a great moment where they go back to the TARDIS. He just walks right by Turlough at first.
And he just looks up, wait, who the hell are you?
There is, I can confirm because it happened to me. There is a thing where if you see someone in a place you don't expect to see them, you don't see them at first.
Or you don't even know, if you don't even know a person, or you don't know them, and you're in some place.
I will tell you a funny story from my personal history. One year I was Christmas shopping with my dad, and we'd left Mum at the house, or so we thought. And we're going to a shop, and I suddenly run into Mum.
IRL perception filter.
he was getting some like Christmas shopping done, and it was somehow I didn't go, "Oh hi, Mum," to give the game completely away. So,
oh god,
if you see someone you don't expect to see them, you don't see them at first, and I think that's what they're going with here. But it's still funny. It is still funny.
It's very funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's some nonsense fucking around with the TARDIS down where the little capsule beamed to on Earth. So Doctor Who goes down to investigate, and Turlough comes with him, and that's where we get cliffhanger number 1. Rain.
Yeah, you've got to play me for this one, haven't you? So the Doctor's like got this device that's interfering with the TARDIS. He's trying to power it down, and behind him, Turlough picks up a big rock. And it's about to smash it with a rock when we cut to black.
Yeah, this is supposed to reference an unearthly child, 100%.
Yeah.
You're gonna get sued. You're gonna get sued by that idiot.
I know, but this is 100%. This is literally just 100% them copying.
Yeah, now I know this is the 20th anniversary story originally planned, right?
Well, it was a 20th anniversary story.
They planned to bring back Ian for the 20th anniversary, and I didn't know that at first. Yeah. It makes sense. This is a callback to that scene with the caveman and the rock. However, it's also Turlough unleashing his inner killer croc.
We gotta let Rain reference 90s Batman.
I threw a rock at him!
It was a big rock.
It was a big rock.
That's even funnier when you know
that it's not Killer Croc, yeah.
But we are not spoiling that for Mike.
No, we're not. We're not, but I think we could just say it's not Croc and leave it at that.
Why? Is it Clayface?
I'm not saying.
Yep. Well, you're going to have to... Well,
watch Almost Got Him to find out.
Yeah.
Everyone, watch Almost Got Him to find out. Not just Mike. Everyone.
But yeah, it's... This is very clearly that, which honestly is kind of funny, but now that you think about it, I kind of wish it was written, out, given this is Nicholas, but it's still funny. It's still hilariously funny. Because here's the Doctor working on this machine, and right behind him, Turlough's like, just carrying this huge rock.
I think it's a good cliffhanger. Even if, as Rain said, they give the game away. In the name of all that is evil, destroy him at once!
Yeah. They do. But it's a good cliffhanger.
The ambiguity would... Well, would it have worked quite well? I mean, we know, but Turlough wouldn't have known, and so you could have made a thing out of him slowly realizing, hey, wait a minute.
That's missed opportunity number 1. We'll get to missed opportunity number 2 in a few minutes. But,
well, cliffhanger resolution, this thing the Doctor's working on explodes, and so they go get knocked back.
It blew up!
Turlough does not get to hit Doctor Who with a rock.
Which isn't a bad cliffhanger resolution in considering of other cliffhanger resolutions.
No, there are much worse.
It's not bad at all, honestly.
Yeah, it's literally, oh no, the thing I was working on. It was like, oh.
Device needs explosion, device fainted.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, this does lead to the complications because Nyssa and Tegan try to get to where the Doctor is. He's on Earth in 1983. They try to get there. They see the TARDIS show up, and then it dematerializes. And also, this is a bit of a missed opportunity. Turlough starts spouting technobabble about some stuff, and I really wish at some point in the story the Doctor looked at him and went, "Wait a minute, aren't you fucking from Earth in 1983? How do you know this shit?"
Yeah.
It's a strange, yeah. It's
we kind of hint that he's an alien because he keeps saying, "I want to go back to my home planet."
Yeah. Which we don't know why he's been sent to Earth, but they'll reveal that next year.
Yeah, that plays out his arc, his longer arc.
Yeah. When we talk about Planet of Fire, we'll discover the origins.
Oh my god, Planet of Fire!
Oh goodness.
Chameleon, you had such promise, and now you must meet the end.
Could have just had that fucking thing morph into a random actor, and
we could have got Patrick Stewart in Doctor Who for God's sakes.
You could have had. You could have had him be like Frobisher. You could have had him be like fucking Frobisher. That'd been amazing.
Just having morph into different actors every week.
Oh my god,
that would work out.
Wild.
Get Patrick Stewart in Doctor Who that way.
Oh, now there's a concept for a companion. A shapeshifter who changes their face every episode, so you just got a rotating cast of while playing the same
They
game.
never did
a
it.
miniature of the Doctor.
One of these days, Rain, you're going to learn the glory that is Frobisher.
I know Frobisher.
But not today. Not today.
I know Frobisher, anyway. So the TARDIS leaves without the Doctor and Turlough. Uh-oh. And then the Doctor meets the brig. But this is a different brig to the one we saw earlier, because...
No, it's not.
No,
same brig.
you're right. That's the one that Tegan meets. Yeah, you're right. So, he meets the brig. The brig doesn't remember the Doctor that much. He does seem to remember Liz and Joe. Liz Shaw and Joe Grant. Well,
I mean, he doesn't say anything, but, the Doctor at first assumes, he says, oh, I regenerated. I'll catch him up later.
Yeah. And while this is happening, we've got the TARDIS on the school grounds with Nyssa and Tegan. They can't find the Doctor, but they do find a younger version of the brig.
This is really clever, actually.
It is.
I like this. Yeah.
The two brigs.
So, the two brigs. So the Doctor and Turlough are in 1983 with an older brig, while Tegan and Nyssa are in the TARDIS in 1977 with a younger version who has a mustache and has just started at school. And also, Nyssa and Tegan find a fucking purple man.
Yeah, they find an emaciated figure writhing on the floor in the capsule.
And I'm afraid we've done it again.
We have. We saw this actor recently.
Yeah, go on.
This is Poole from Robots of Death.
And in fact, Robots of Death mentioned Grimwade syndrome as robophobia, and the writer of Mawdryn Undead is none other than the person that was named after
Grimwade. Yeah. God, we just came in full circle.
No, we already done that one.
Yeah, I played you in for that joke. Well played.
And so we've got this comedy of errors where they think, oh no, something must have gone wrong with the castle, and the Doctor must have regenerated into this horribly disfigured form. Oh boy. Okay, Nyssa, Tegan, time for your idiot bills.
This is the other missed opportunity. But before that...
Yeah, honestly, I don't think they should have... If you're gonna treat this, if you're gonna rewrite this a bit, little tweaks, after Bill Muscle couldn't do it, you get rid of The Rock, or sadly,
you can't get rid of Dwayne Johnson. Come on now.
Yeah, how dare?
And
he's not going to win an Oscar. That's a shame.
Even though I love the idea of Mawdryn pretending to be the Doctor, imagine if he was pretending to be Imagine if he was pretending to be another Time Lord. Basically, he lands there on the capsule. He says, "The capsule's my TARDIS. I have to find the Doctor. Something terribly's gone wrong." And he's acting all ill and normally, and he's like, "I need help, please. We must find him."
They could have definitely done something here where he assumes the identity of the Doctor for a bit longer, and tricks Tegan and Nyssa for a bit longer.
It's blatantly obvious, and even they were like, "Oh, I'm not sure about this. Oh, well, we better trust him on the off chance it really is Doctor Who."
And that's the 77 Briggs logic, and it kind of makes sense, because on the off chance it is him, you don't want to kill your friend.
That's true. But speaking of the time differential...
Oh, the montage?
1983 Brigadier does not know who the Doctor is, doesn't know what the TARDIS is, and when Doctor's like, "But I was in you," and he's like, "Shh, you can't be saying that. You're just so wavering."
Yeah, he had a nervous breakdown after he left unit, which is a choice.
Well, it's not a well, we know what it is.
Yeah, you know what it is, but being told that it's a nervous breakdown, that would have messed you up. And the fact that for years he had to live with the idea he couldn't handle being out of the military.
Yeah.
In civilian life, that's rough.
The Doctor helps him remember. He's like, "Oh, how's Sergeant Benton? Oh, he's selling you scouts. How about
Time for a flashback."
Hey kids, it's the 20th anniversary. Look at all these clips that still exist in the BBC archives.
Yeah, Yetis, Cybermen, Axons, Daleks, which people thought were the Krynoids. No, they're not the Krynoids, you idiots. You never met the Krynoids.
What the? What?
Yeah, people thought the Axons in that flashback were the Krynoids.
The Krynoids, yeah.
Despite the fact he never encountered the Krynoids.
Yeah. Krynoids, for fuck's sake.
It's just the accents, because the angle is a bit weird and the colouring is a bit weird. They look a bit like they're green, but they're not.
Well, here's the funny thing, though. I think they reused one of the many stages of the Krynoid. They just painted the Axon thing.
Yeah,
green.
that's exactly it. They painted the Axon costume, so it's Power Ranger syndrome.
Hey.
It's Power Ranger syndrome again.
Yeah.
Oh,
We've also got
One of its many-
We've also got
one
the
of
giant
its many
robot
stages.
from Robot. We've also got a Zygon. And of course, all four of the Doctors, including William Hartnell in his little crystal from Three Doctors.
It's
Looking
like
very
anniversary.
annoyed.
You gotta have him in there. And I mean, it's not like you're going to have William Hartnell for the 5 Doctors at the other end of the season.
Yeah,
so.
even in stock footage, William Hartnell looks annoyed.
Yeah.
When did William Hartnell passed away?
Yeah,
Months
75.
after the 3 Doctors, correct?
75.
he died about 2 years after the Three Doctors came out.
Yeah.
I mean, he wasn't really in the best of health.
He did look ill in Three Doctors, to be fair.
It was pretty. Yeah, he was at the end of his rope, but very sad. But yeah, so the Brigadier remembers. Hooray! And
well, bless my soul. So
and
you've done it again, Doctor.
And this is wild, the slow reveal of what's going on. The Doctor's like, "Oh, I have to find Tegan. Oh, Tegan. Oh, I think I know a Tegan. No. She's from my time. Well, after your time. No, spirited Australian girl. What?
And then we see her meet him in
Yeah.
77.
It's very timey-wimey.
That's good. I like that a lot.
We might as well use the parlance. It's extremely timey-wimey. It's extremely Moffat.
I just wish that they'd done more with this.
I think they did plenty.
Okay.
It's basically a giant Chekhov's gun for the resolution at the end.
It is, because we've got to keep the two from meeting, so...
But it's very clever in how, you'll hear about this, and the Doctor's trying to piece together what happened, and then you'll cut to 1977, and you see the thing happening that they're talking about. Okay, so what did you do next? Oh, well, I did this. And 1977, I think we should do this, young ladies.
Yeah.
But this brings us to the rant. Unfortunately, we have to get into this because you Doctor Who nerds have made a big fucking deal about it.
I'm not gonna hold you back, Frez.
Okay.
Please, go ahead.
Let me. Oh God! I've gotten the notes, and I'm going to read quote. Oh God! Oh fuck! It's finally happening. Frezno Inferno has to talk about the unit dating controversy. So let's talk about when the unit stories from the. He encountered Unit as the second Doctor in those late era stories, and also the third Doctor stories, and also some of the fourth Doctor stuff. So let's talk about when these stories were actually supposed to take place. Did they take place in the present, or did they take place in the near future? For much of the series, there were little lines here and there, which the fans have held on to like holy fucking scripture, that say that these stories happen in the near future. As an example, and I am not immune to this bullshit. I'm not above any of this on my high horse. I know this shit too. So, but the difference is I don't give a shit about that. But for reference, back in the second Doctor story, The Abominable Snowman, they meet a Professor Travers. And then when the Yeti reappear in the Web of Fear, they meet him again, and he's older, and he says, "Oh my God, I haven't seen you in 40 years." The Abominable Snowman took place in 1975, therefore, the Web of Fear must take place in 1975. Cut to the next season with the Sidemen story, The Invasion, the first proper unit story, and the Brigadier, who has been promoted from a colonel in the Web of Fear, says that the whole business with the Yeti was 4 years ago. So the invasion must happen in 1979. From there, you have the various third Doctor unit stories. It's a little far-fetched that all of them would happen in a calendar year, but I don't know. Time travel, something or other. It doesn't matter. Anyway, the next big date we get is in Pyramids of Mars, where multiple scenes hinge on the fact that Sarah Jane Smith's contemporary time is the year 1980, despite the fact that this story was made in 1975. Okay, so all of that is pretty solid canonical evidence that the unit stories take place in the near future. Then Peter Grimwade comes along. And Peter Grimwade is a well-adjusted individual who doesn't give two fucks about one random line from 8 to 12 years ago on Doctor Who. He's sitting there in his typewriter. He's writing a story set in the present. By God, he's setting that story in the present. Okay, it's 1983, so I'm setting my story in 1983. Oh, we have a separate time zone that's 6 years in the past? Okay, well, that's set in 1977. And the Brigadier has retired, and he is a teacher. Except... now the Brigadier has retired in 1977, despite the fact that the invasion and Sarah Jane and all that happened in 1979. Doctor Who's continuity is officially dead forever.
I love that you're cracking when you're saying this. Also, to anyone who actually got worked up about this for real, I have just one question. I have just one question to ask them. You ever thought about touching some grass?
Well, quote TARDIS Wiki, if I may. I'll let you go in a second.
Do you have
quote
to?
TARDIS Wiki. I do, because it involves our favorite figure of the time. Quote, Ian Levine pointed out that setting part of the story in 1977 would now break the continuity of the Brigadier's original serials, but was overruled, with John Nathan Turner determined to keep the 1977 date.
I haven't checked it in a while, but I'm hoping that my favourite ever sentence on TARDIS Wiki is still on that website.
Oh, please tell.
For the ultimate foe, Eric Saylor thought he could write good dialogue.
Here's some of those lines you can fudge it. You can just be like, right? Why do you think these are gospel? Like again, Web of Fear. I've seen you for 40 years. People like to round up numbers, guys. Like, that's a thing.
Yeah.
People round up numbers.
I haven't seen you for 7 years, 3 months, and 26 days.
You can plug this so fucking easily.
But the one problem, the one issue I have, the only issue out of all the lines and all the things is the Sarah Jane line. But even that one could be she got the date wrong.
Yeah.
Which is a little far-fetched to think a smart person like Sarah Jane Smith could forget what year she's from, but, I mean, I digress. I don't care about this shit. Nobody should care about this shit. This is a show with 3 Atlantises, for God's sakes. Who gives a fuck?
Again,
well, here's what's funny. Let's be clear on this. 3 Atlantises in different locations that each of them fall in different ways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, you ever thought about touching some grass?
Touch grass.
And this is coming from someone who likes EU material of multiple series. You guys need to go touch.
When Mike is saying this, you've got a problem.
Touch some grass.
And this is why, children, whenever something from units past comes up in the new series, they had to say, okay, so reference this file, check the dating protocol, either 70s or 80s.
Yeah.
Because we don't know.
Also, when you mentioned unit dating, it took every part of fibre of my being to not say, oh man, I don't want to talk about the wolves in the London Sea.
Oh, we forgot to talk about that shit.
Yeah, no,
he hasn't seen it yet.
I haven't seen it yet. I know one thing that happens in it that people were not happy about.
Do you want to know the ending?
No.
Do you want to know the ending?
No.
Frezno, go off on it.
No, he's saying no.
I'm saying no.
Nice. I'll be nice.
I will watch it. Once I've watched it, you can go off on it.
Oh, no, I can be patient.
The moment you watch it, you will be asking Frezno in chat. Please tell me what you thought.
Okay, well, yeah.
He'll know what I thought.
We're coming to a major milestone podcast. Maybe we'll include it in that.
Maybe. But in short, unitating is made up bullshit. Please touch grass if you sincerely care about the continuity squirrels of A, one random line from 1968, and B, the writer of this not giving a fuck about that and setting the story in the present.
So we can finally get to a much more interesting scene than this unit dating bollocks, which is the headmaster of the school talking with Turlough, who's in the sick bay.
Oh boy! So
and looking to break out. Only it's not the headmaster at all.
I love how Turlough is so stupid. He doesn't understand. So, boy, you're going to betray the Black Guardian. Are you saying? Yes. Are you sure? Yes. Absolutely sure. Yes, of course I am. 100% sure with cherries on top. Yes. Ha ha! You foolish boy! You betrayed me for the last time.
What if I told you that I am the Black Guardian? Oh God.
And what if I told you I was also Freddy Krueger? Ooh, you're dreaming, and I've got you in a nightmare. God. Welcome to prime time, boy.
Oh God, it's Al, bro.
It's Al. and then we get to our second missed opportunity because the Doctor, in inverted commas, who's actually Mawdryn, appears to regenerate. But before he regenerates, he addresses the camera and confirms he's Mawdryn.
Oh, well, I mean, yeah, okay. So basically what you want out of the story is adding a little more ambiguity.
Yeah, a little bit more intrigue, for the maybe not for the audience, but for the characters.
Fair.
Instead we have, I don't think this is the Doctor Nyssa, but it might be the Doctor Tegan, but I don't think it's the Doctor Nyssa.
I don't think the Doctor has spaghetti brains!
The exposed brain is a wild choice on Mawdryn here.
I love the idea that when you find out what they did later on, the fact that his body convulsed and decayed enough to actually show his brain,
absolutely,
that's a horrifying concept.
It is, and the makeup and the makeup and special effects department do a great job here.
Yeah.
To make it look just like this absolutely diseased husk that is somehow still alive, even with the exposed brain. And when you see his fellow mutants in Part 3, they're all like that too.
They're in various stages of just
decay,
they're all in
and
various
atrophy.
stages
Yeah,
of just, and it's horrifying.
Yeah, and speaking of horrifying, the cliffhanger is that either Nyssa or Tegan screams when they see Mawdryn, who they think is a Doctor.
Ah! Oh my God! It's a monster!
It's effective.
Yeah. And then we get the bit, as he says, it's like, oh, he's not the Doctor at all. Well, we should act like he is the Doctor, though he isn't.
Did you just reference Goldmember?
Maybe.
You did, didn't you?
You know what? And you want to know what's even funny? I don't think 83 Brig tells the Doctor anything about Mawdryn yet, because he doesn't know any. He doesn't know anything. But since he remembers Tegan, you'd be interested. Yeah, like you'd think he'd want to tell the Doctor, "Hey, I remember your companion being on a ship."
Whenever we've had stories before where two characters have been in the same location at different times of their history, they tend to not remember details.
When you think about it, it's like multi-Doctor stories. Only the most recent one remembers.
Yeah. Although in fairness, that would be actually
and that's why 2 and 3 continue to argue with each other.
Never mind, Mike has a point.
Fight each other with water pistols.
Mike has a point. The 83 Brig should actually remember this.
But also the PTSD / thing that happens at the end of
and then we get a weird moment where Turlough is clearly trying to interfere with sabotage the capsule, and he gets caught in 4K, and nothing happens. So absolutely nothing happens from this. It sounds like I'm disliking the story. I'm not. I actually enjoyed it. It's the weakest of the three of the trilogy, but it's still fine.
Yeah, you nailed it on the head. This is a messy first step to get us to the better stories.
So it gets better as it goes along, which is good.
Yeah.
So basically, this is the opposite of the Monks trilogy.
Oh, God.
Where that started off really, really good and got really, really bad.
Oh, God.
Where's the lie?
The word. Oh my God.
Where is the love to the Black Eyed Peas? I don't know, I replied.
I tricked you. I didn't regenerate at all. I sure made a fool out of you, people at home.
That ruined Extremis.
It rather did.
Ruined. Yeah.
Because Extremis was so good by itself.
It still can be. You can just say, and then the Doctor stopped the invasion off screen.
Yes, I do. That's exactly what I do. Episode 6, scene missing, episode 9.
Oh, God. Like, I can't even... Yeah, but you can't even do that. Yeah, but you can't even do that because everyone remembers when the Doctor's, like, clapping his hands at Bill, like, "Yay, Bill!" Even though,
you shot me with a gun! Good job!
She shot you! Yeah.
And we're bitching about a completely different episode here.
We are. Sorry.
Honestly, the back half of this kind of,
welcome to how it is during Quantum Leap reviews.
Yeah, you want to talk about the off-topic podcast. Anyway, have fun tomorrow,
so,
Mike.
While Mawdryn plays on the TARDIS crew's heartstrings and gets through to 77 Brig, the Doctor's trying to use the capsule's distress beacon to call the TARDIS, and then we get the mention of the Blinovitch limitation effect.
Uh-huh.
Now, is this like a real concept?
I'm pretty sure it's made-up sci-fi bullshit.
Obviously, it's a theoretical concept. It can't be a real thing, but there are plenty of things in science that are hypothesis rather than fact.
Well, I mean, this is, it's basic time travel story logic. And they do the same thing in Father's Day with Rose and her baby self.
They do.
If you go back in time and you interact with the past version of yourself and physically touch them, bad things happen. Don't do it.
As MC Hammer prophesies, you can't touch this.
Yeah,
and then there's Rose holding herself and going like, "No!"
But I mean, to be fair, that was Jackie Tyler thrusting the baby upon.
Yeah, Rose didn't really have much choice in the matter.
But yeah, this is our Chekhov's gun. We've got 77 Brigadier and 83 Brigadier running around, and it's like,
never the twain shall meet.
Actually, one of you should really stay behind, because if you two meet from different time zones, it could be very fucking bad.
Yeah, they even say you can't even see each other. It is flat out, this is bad. You have to stay here.
I mean, a lot of time travel will do this, but it's very smart. But it basically is a Chekhov's gun to get the ending resolution, because spoilers, they're saying, these two better not meet or really bad things will happen. I wonder what will happen in the final moments of the episode.
But meantime, random homing device that Tegan gave the Brigadier back in 1977.
And it's like, I still have that. Yeah, it's a lovely way of the time frames interacting with each other.
Yeah. Also, the stress core does stop, but I don't think this is sabotaged by Turlough. I think it just stops. It's never really explained if Turlough did this or not, but I don't think he did. Anyway. Then we're going to see where Tegan puts her foot down.
And she should.
As she should, yeah, because unfortunately she's not getting much chance to do this for the rest of the 2 episodes that remain. And she's like, no, this isn't the Doctor. He said, you must stay here while I go and heal myself. No, we're coming with you. You must stay here. No, I'm not opening the doors until you let us come with you. And the Brig ruins it.
All right, you two are going to stay here. That's an order.
Yeah, he tries to do the, oh God, he does this. That's a thing that's makes the Joe era a little bit, because he likes to. There are multiple times in the Joe era where Joe's like, I want to be my own thing. And it's like, this is an order, you stay here. And then the Doctor has to more kindly put it as, Joe, could you help Mike or could you help Benton while I go do this?
Yeah. Casual misogyny. The past was a mistake.
It was, but Jill Grant's really good. She is. She's lovely.
She doesn't take it from people, and Tegan doesn't take it from the Brig here. At least she calls him out on it after he's left the TARDIS.
Which The same thing happens in Five Doctors when the first Doctor's like, "Okay, young ladies, go make some tea. Hang on, just a fucking minute, Buster."
We're liberated now.
Yeah.
We burned our bras.
Susan has to be like,
And the fifth just has to go. Tegan, I was a bit touchy in my day. Why don't you just humor me? Turlough, you can go help. And Turlough is like, "Thank you."
oh my God, Bill.
Which, it's basically like a microcosm of the entirety of Twice Upon a Time.
Yeah, Bill.
I say I'm the first Doctor, and I hold regressive values related to the 1960s. Oh, dear God, was I always like this?
I'm the 12th Doctor, and I'm Scottish!
Yes, he was.
And then you have Bill quoting Quantum Leap style references when she's talking to the first Doctor.
Oh my God. But yeah, a lot of the rest of the story is it's wandering around these lavish corridors. This person goes.
I must say, I love the set here for the spaceship.
It's a very pretty set of corridors.
This is a much more luxurious set than I anticipated it was going to be.
It's nice, but
it is a temple, and I love just how
I do love Tegan's line at the opening when they reach here. It's like the Queen Mary, and there's no one around. Never mind, it's more like the Mary Celeste.
Yeah. Good line.
But it's not the Mary Celeste. There are no Daleks.
No!
That's canon now, right?
I know that's canon, but no!
What? I'm trying to remember. What?
It didn't have to be that the Daleks caused the Mary Celeste to be lost.
I'm trying to remember
remember.
It's the chase.
Oh my God, you're right. Yeah, duh. Oh my God.
Still, at least we got Frankenstein power driving a Dalek in that story.
The chase rules.
It does kind of rule, apart from that Mary Celeste moment. Oh boy. There is a bit of Scooby Doo about part 3. Like the Briggs almost meet, but they don't. Great.
Yep.
And
we gotta do that. We gotta have that. We gotta have that tension. Oh no! The Briggs are literally right down opposite corridors.
Oh no! What's going to happen?
Absolutely nothing, as it turns out. But where were we?
Yeah, but the Doctor finds this. He finds a weird thing, and oh goodness!
Yeah, stolen emergency regeneration equipment.
From Gallifrey.
Taken from the Time Lords of Gallifrey.
Well, alright, so I'm gonna hold off until we get to the cliffhanger. I'm gonna hold off until we get to the cliffhanger, because this is the point. All I'm gonna say is this for right now. If this story was written nowadays, these people would not exist.
That's true.
There's a lot you could say about if this story were written nowadays, but we'll get to that when we get to the cliffhanger.
Believe me, I will bitch about the Timeless Children when it's time to bitch about the Timeless Children, but until then...
Oh, bitching about the Timeless Children is evergreen.
Yeah, but until the right moment comes...
Anyway...
Turlough tries to summon the Black Guardian, he doesn't appear, then he tries to summon again,
No, we haven't had in a while. Yeah. We haven't had a Black Guardian appearance this episode. Boy, we need to kill Doctor Who!
This one at least is a little bit different in the fact that he's actually pleased with what Turlough has done. He doesn't like, you are a gross incompetence, boy. He actually likes the fact that he's going to cause the destruction of the Doctor in a different way.
I mean, he didn't really do anything. It's just the natural circumstance.
He is not Tuxedo Mask. Enough with that.
What?
He didn't really do anything. He's not Tuxedo Mask.
He is not Tuxedo Mask. I don't believe it.
Oh my God!
I have saved the day. It's like, I have saved the day. What did you do? Goodbye.
My work here is still. You didn't do anything, didn't I?
No, he didn't. But Turlough finds a secret room, and there's a whole bunch of these weird modern fuckers who then start moving. Oh no!
Yeah, so there's 8 in total. And they're all horribly mutated. They're all wearing similar costumes to Mawdryn. But they're in different stages, as Mike says, of degeneration. Or perpetual regeneration.
Degeneration X?
It's
break it down.
Decay.
But,
it's decay. It's atrophy.
It's atrophy, yeah.
You really feel for some of these people. That is until you find out what they've done.
You do and then you don't. Because they kind of brought it on themselves.
Yeah.
Just a little. Anyway, yeah. So things happen.
Oh yeah, the Doctor blames Tegan and Nyssa for Tia Brigsby on board. It wasn't their fault.
Why are you such a therapist? Oh, you hold on a minute, dumbass. You're the one who was like, "Oh, Brigadier, you need to stay here." No, Turlough, you need to stay here. No. Oh well, I guess you two are coming with me then. You stubborn.
Yeah, exactly. It's his fault.
Yeah, like they go up to the companion, like he goes up to Tegan and Nyssa when it's like, this is recently retired Brig. What are we supposed to say?
It wasn't Tegan's fault. It wasn't Nyssa's fault. It wasn't Gene Snitsky's fault. It was the Doctor's fault.
And then you have Turlough being like, "I have found the TARDIS. I can now go home." Why aren't you working?
Because I forbid, boy, kill Doctor Who.
Yeah, basically.
And then
we get a nice cliffhanger here, though. We get a nice cliffhanger here. So Turlough actually tries to steal the TARDIS to get back to his planet. He can't operate it. And the Black Code just appears to taunt him.
I can appear on the scanner, boy.
So, you can tell me how to operate it. Do you think I know how to operate a TARDIS, boy? He probably does, in fairness.
He's like a godlike being. He's part of the pantheon, you know. He could make the TARDIS into cheese if he wanted.
Well, remember this. Remember this. The White Guardian gave Romana like a stick of coordinates. So while he can't know how to make it fly, he can certainly be like, "Here's where you need to go."
Yeah. I mean, the White Guardian also intercepted the TARDIS as it was moving in that first story. So
he did.
Yeah, good point. Yeah.
But we get the big revelation about what these creatures are. They're scientists who tried to steal the secret of regeneration from the Time Lords.
Yeah.
Hubris called. That's a bad idea.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's not go off yet. Let's talk about this in the concept in the times of 1983, and then
even in the context of 1983, you people are stupid. Look at Shada. Shada is literally this again.
Well, Shada didn't exist at this time. Shada.
Yeah.
We put it out there later, but yeah. But they stole from the Time Lords and they used regeneration. And no, this isn't the consequences of my own actions. They wanted to regenerate, now they can't die. Which raises the question: why can't you guys just fly into like a black hole or the sun or something?
Because they would regenerate.
Okay, well,
it's a curse.
How it was explained was like, even their cell, like they would feel their cells. So even if they flew themselves into a sun or a black hole, they would still feel it. And
slight spoilers for Torchwood Children on Earth, but at one point in that story, Captain Jack gets blown up with a bomb that's inside his stomach.
Oh.
But because some of his cells survive, they grow back into Captain Jack.
Oh my
God.
God.
It is the most painful thing you can imagine, because as he's turning back into his human shape, he is screaming in agony.
That is pretty much how this is described.
Yeah, that's the idea that what happened to Mawdryn and his subordinates here, his associates here.
Well, the only thing that will help them is the regeneration energy of Time Lord, so they can properly fucking die.
Yeah.
But therein lies the problem, as the cliffhanger points out. There's 8 of these motherfuckers, and our Doctor has regenerated, as far as we know, in 1983, 4 times. So, oopsie poopsie, that's the rest of his fucking regenerations.
Is this the first time this is mentioned?
No.
The
13 regeneration limit thing was in The Deadly Assassin to explain why the Master is not Roger Delgado anymore, but a gross skeleton man.
Which I haven't seen.
Yeah, basically he was the... But anyway... Hello? But anyway... So what we have learned is that the group of scientists got onto Gallifrey, stole the regeneration machine, most likely from Tecteum's lab, took it, used it, and it's now pretty much begging to be killed, basically, by the Doctor's regeneration energy.
Yes.
Now, while I can buy, even with the Timeless Child, him not knowing up to that point that even if he did put in all that energy, that machine would still be sucking out energy until you found out that the Doctor did have a limit, or something happened to the machine, or something. I can buy that. What is the main issue for me is if this story was written today, these scientists would not exist. So number one, so in 1983, these scientists got off lightly, which is a terrifying prospect.
Did they though?
If this was modern day, if modern day Gallifreyans would have them literally wiped from existence, they did not, or they would be hunted by division. Like they would literally be puppets into hunting.
Yeah, right. That's a fair point.
Anti-time, baby.
No.
Anti-time.
No.
Anti-time, or just a bunch of just 19. Like they got to what could have happened to these individuals for basically sneaking into Tecteum's lab. The woman who basically the woman who basically gave Gallifrey regeneration, and for them to steal one of her machines and go running off to who knows where.
God, the very mention of anti-time makes me feel physically sick.
Yeah, like for that to happen, like that's they got lucky, and being lucky is nowhere near an okay circumstance, because here they are literally begging the Doctor to kill them because they can't move, they can barely function. But
it's really funny, given that Chibnall has professed that the Davison era was like his childhood Doctor Who era, and so it's funny to think of, if he just hooked himself to his machine, he'd be fine because he's got more than 8 regenerations. But also, it explains a lot, the fact that one of his formative stories was, oh my God, we're dealing with the regeneration limit. The regeneration limit, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, like he grew up with the brain of Morbius, which he grew up with the brain of Morbius, Mawdryn Undead. Brain of Morbius is probably another one which I would come back on the podcast for.
Brain of Morbius is fine. What it has spawned, the evil it has unwittingly unleashed upon the world. Okay, that's a bit melodramatic, I know. Timeless Child was really funny when I first watched it.
Now it's like there are reasons why people are like when the next showrunner shows up, just redo the other. You haven't had the same problem.
We literally just did that.
I choose to focus on the fact that it gave us Joe Martin as the Doctor, and Joe Martin as the Doctor was really, really good. So,
and also, much the same as how you were saying that unit dating people need to touch grass. People who are seriously concerned about the faces in Brain of Morbius, a nice, healthy grass touching session for you all.
Again,
they're the other's faces. Done.
Again, Coleman's law. Coleman's law every time.
No, I have explained it, and that makes my story better.
Again, you two. Coleman's law every single time.
Yeah.
Do not worry about the continuity, and you'll be absolutely fine.
Why are we talking about Clara?
Because that's that quote that Jenna Coleman came up with.
So let me tell you about Mara Jade. You see?
No.
Nope. Anyway,
let's get this back on track, even though we're completely off the rails now.
Okay, this is wild. So Mawdryn is like, oh, Doctor, please, let us die. Please use your remaining regenerations to end our endless torment. No.
I actually love the fact he's unsympathetic here, because of course he is. They stole this from his own people.
And
this is a punishment.
This is basically an extended bit where he decides, okay,
punishment.
Yeah. Which, wow, fucking Davison could be cold sometimes, huh?
Yeah.
Anyway, so he decides to fuck off and leave, but Mawdryn and his friends played a little trick.
Because like, I'm leaving. Mawdryn's like, you will return. Doctor says no. And it's like, Mawdryn, Doctor's leaving. He will return. No.
No return. Mostly because I fucking insured it due to my little scheme.
Yes.
And, the moment the doctor moves the TARDIS, oh dear, Tegan and Nyssa are melting.
But before we get to that amazing moment, there's some character development between Turlough and the Black Guardian. Now no longer does Valentine Dark say, kill Doctor Who, boy. Now he says, keep the Brigadiers separate, boy.
Yeah, because I think that he realizes, this is what he's a cosmic being. He looked ahead, he saw the script, he's like, oh shit,
yes,
boy,
the Black Guardian,
boy.
The Black Guardian is intelligent. That's why.
The Black Guardian. Yeah, the Black Guardian saw that the doctor to save Tegan and Nyssa would do this in a heartbeat.
Yeah, so
then he
Turlough
realized that the two breaks.
Exactly. Turlough locks the Brigadier, the 77 Brigadier, in a room, which he then breaks out of.
Which is funny because the next Black Guardian thing, you idiot! Why did you lock him in a cupboard? You were supposed to put him in the transmat. You didn't tell me. That was the doctor's idea. I thought we were trying to kill you. Fucking moron! You should have used his genius.
Yeah, but Turlough has the right idea here. You want me to kill your enemy, but you want me to actually go along with your enemy's plan as well?
My schemes contain multitudes. I'm a cosmic being.
And then we have to talk about this amazing scene where there are consequences to the Doctor's actions.
They melt.
Tegan and Nyssa are starting to degenerate just like the mutants.
I am just in awe at Nicholas Courtney at the brig when the brig looks at Tegan and the Doctor takes off to go back to 1983, and Brigadier looks up the moment the Doctor pulls the demat lever, it's not even seconds.
He's a good actor. He's such a good actor. I can't believe he got washed down a storm drain in that one episode of the Avengers.
What the fuck?
Yeah, his one appearance in the Avengers TV show ends with him getting shrunk to the size of a pea and then washed down a storm drain.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Okay, we're not dealing with that right now, but okay, well, how about the Doctor tries to reverse the polarity of the neutron? So, hey, remember when Doctor Who said that? Happy anniversary. It's working. They're not mutating. In fact, they're what is this? What? Oh dear.
Yeah, missed opportunity number 3 here.
Basically, what Mawdryn has done, which is probably going to lead into your missed opportunity. What Mawdryn has done is basically infected them with the same. What he probably did was, as soon as they came into the room with the machine, he used the machine subtly on them. He probably used the machine on Tegan and Nyssa.
He says that it was when they first found him.
Yeah,
he infected them with a viral compound when they first found him. That's why the Brigadier was not affected, and the Doctor. Although they don't actually answer that, but that's the actual reason for it. But this is the missed opportunity, right? We have them regress these children, and one of them is somewhat famous in this country because she's Lucy Benjamin from EastEnders.
What? EastEnders and Doctor Who crossing over? That could never happen.
She's been in more recent things like Curfew, which is a drama about men not being able to go outside, which has a really kind of screwed up version of gender politics in it. And a really screwed up ending.
That's kind of the thing, isn't it? You reverse the thing on its head to reveal how society's fucked up, or something?
but then the as I said, the ending is really kind of screwed up. But enough about that. But she's not credited in this, but she was acting as Lucy Baker at this point, sometimes Lucy Jane Baker, and then she took the name of her brother as her stage surname.
Right.
So she's somewhat famous. The other girl, I believe, is Sean Pattenden. I don't know too much about her. But here's my thing. I think they should have had more screen time as young Nyssa and Tegan. I think it would have given the Doctor more impetus to help the mutants out.
In this episode, we find that Rain's favorite episode of Star Trek The Next Generation is Rascals.
Oh Jesus!
No. That's slander, but I just think this was a bit of a wasted opportunity. I mean, it's such a shocking moment. Like, why are the companions suddenly children now? And then 30 seconds later, they're back to being Nyssa and Tegan.
Yeah, what I love about the episode is that is that the Doctor pretty much explains to them that because of what Mawdryn did to you two, because of what he did, you can't time. If I move you forward, you decay. If I move you back, you regress into nothing. Yeah, we don't want you to go too far back because Robot Revolution will tell you what happens. But that's.
Have you read? Have you read Charlie and the Great Glass Elevator?
Yeah. Oh my God.
This is Wonkavite. This is Wonkavite.
Yeah. Negative 2 years old. Oh no.
This is definitely Wonkavite, but
yeah. So Doctor Who. So they've successfully fucking shanghaied the Doctor because he cares about his companions. He has to do the thing, give up all his regenerations to save his friends, and by association, them. And compassion is your weakness.
Yeah, I love the fact that we will revisit that in the modern era. That compassion is the Doctor's weakness,
which it isn't. But
no, it's both a strength and a weakness at the same time.
It's more. Oh, what was I watched? Long ago, not long ago, I watched. When I first started wanting us to watch. Funny enough, when I first wanted us to review Zagreus, before Robot Revolution, I watched a video about Zagreus, and they said that the Doctor, especially in in some specific generations, has both a savior and a not victim, but a sacrificial complex to him. Right. So that the first thing he'll do is that he will be the one to step up and go, I'll do it. If it means to save the people he cares about.
Absolutely.
Win the TARDIS.
Which he does here. He's doing the thing, but what's this? Where did Mr. Chekhov's mantelpiece go?
Can we talk about the fact that he just backhands Turlough?
It's like, bitch, you locked me in the fucking cupboard. Get out of here.
Don't go away.
And so, just as the transfer's about to happen, the two Brigadiers meet, and they touch hands, and the Blinovich limitation effect makes an explosion of energy, and that is what powers the machine instead of Doctor Who's regeneration.
As Tuesday Machines go, this is absolutely fine.
He
wasn't going to give up his regenerations.
Yeah, they set it up as a successful firing of Chekhov's gun.
Yeah, it's a successful firing Chekhov's gun.
It also cracks the crystal. The Turlough has.
Which I forget if that goes anywhere in Terminus or in Lightning.
I don't think it does.
But also, this had to happen because, it's a predestiny trap thing. We know the Brig had the nervous breakdown and forgot shit when we first saw him in 1983. So we knew this had to happen. When they touch, this is what fries his memory. Yeah. Touching his other self.
It's actually smart writing.
And they even have to hide, like when the Brig, and they even when they wake up the Brig and the Brig's like, what happened? And he kind of figures it out a bit when the Doctor and them are like, "Are you all right?"
Floor and run.
Get him.
That's hilarious.
God.
Yeah. So they pretty much have to tell like the older Brigadier, we have to keep you and him separated again because we can't have do this again. But before that, before they go to bring everyone back home, Mawdryn is still alive.
For one last death scene.
Yeah, and he basically goes, "Is this death?" And then he doesn't even finish the line when he's just...
It's his finished, Doctor, and then he just dies.
Yeah.
And so, that's that. Well, so 77 Brig is returned, and presumably it's like, oh my god, you had a nervous breakdown.
And then Tinker's like, oh, wait a minute, didn't we leave Till on board the ship? No, he's in the TARDIS.
Oh, he's in the TARDIS. And he'd like to come along with Doctor Who. Totally not to kill Doctor Who, boy.
I love how this team just do not look like they're happy about this.
Yeah, because they know. Yeah, because they know this crap because they know the crap you eat. Well, sort of some of the crap.
He's a duplicitous shit. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
And then one final action beat: the ship explodes.
Yep. Well, that's Mawdryn Undead.
That's the time where it's basically going. You don't get the machine anymore.
Yeah.
So who's going first here?
Well, Mike's our special guest because he came in at short notice. Mike, go ahead.
It's not bad. It's not bad for a Doctor Who episode. Certainly not bad for a Davison episode. It's the messy first part of a trilogy, and it really does get us there. It introduces us to Turlough. Introduces us to it shows off just this horrid thing of what happens with regen and how dangerous the Time Lord gift of regeneration is to other species when you have them all they can't even focus. And we get the Black Guardian returning for the first time in several years, and he, always, throughout the entirety of the trilogy, knocks it out of the park with just how overly flamboyant he is, and how going kill the Doctor. Whereas even now, I usually go if I had to rank this, 7 out of 10, 6 out of 10. 6.5.
6, 7.
Because it's not. Yeah, but it's
Frez,
not.
I will hit you.
Bad again. Yeah, again, it's not bad. It's just messy. It's really, as soon as they couldn't get William Russell, you can tell that they were on the back foot. But it worked really well.
All right, who's next?
Yeah.
Frez, go ahead.
Kidoki. I think it was pretty good. It has some interesting concepts. The 2 time frames, the 2 Brigadiers, the fact that, we get to see the events of one time frame as we're talking about the consequences of it in the same time frame. Very clever. The fact that they tie it all up in a nice bow with the successful firing of Chekhov's gun with the 2 meeting, and that being the reason why he doesn't remember. Very good. Turlough is an interesting character, tormented little alien shit who is stuck with this contract by the Black Guardian, who, we deal with for the rest of that arc. Could have been done a little more interestingly, as Rain said. The Mawdryn concept, interesting. I found it dragged a little bit in the back half when it was just this person wanders around the spaceship and this person wanders to the other end of the spaceship and discovers something. But you're not supposed to be watching it all in one go. If it was like a weekly thing, I suppose the pacing would be fine. So I think it's pretty good. Rip in peace unit dating. Not that it mattered anyway. Decent episode. Rain.
Crap, I just realized something. About this this episode. This episode, given this the 20th anniversary season, we get Tegan's return, and then we get Turlough's introduction, and then at the end we have Nissa's goodbye, and then Chameleon's introduction. So this season they really were just changing the whole TARDIS team dynamic up with this season.
That's true. Wow, never thought of that.
Now can I go?
Your thoughts?
I can go. Good.
Yeah, now you can go.
So I enjoyed this, despite my complaints of how it could have been made even better. That's just me. It's just what I personally would have done to improve it. But I recognise that not everyone will have that same point of view. The Black Guardian, yeah, okay, he's a pantomime villain, but he's a fun pantomime villain. I just wish he had more to do than just turn up and tell her to kill Doctor Who. And at least he does that in Enlightenment. He actually does things in Enlightenment. Like appear in person at the end.
Yeah.
Hint, hint. And not just, I am a figment of your imagination, boy. Except I'm real, but never mind. I think Nicholas Courtney is great throughout. The casual misogyny, yeah, that's a choice, but at least he does get called out on it. And it's not like this is the only story to do that. So, like I said, the past was a mistake. The idea of Mawdryn being a decaying being that can't properly die is really interesting. And yeah, it's the weakest of the three of the trilogy, but it's still good. I enjoyed it.
It's good. So, what are we doing next?
Well, next time we come up to a very important milestone on the podcast.
And before you continue, Rain, I do want to say, did you ever, in your wildest dreams, ever think, when you started the Doctor Who Reviews podcast way back when, that you would reach this historic milestone?
Absolutely not. Because I didn't think I'd be doing classic Doctor Who episodes when I first started. It was just a fun thing to do to mark each new episode, and then suddenly the pandemic happened, and the whole thing snowballed into hell.
Well, it was mostly because of Ronnie Watch, really.
That's what got the ball really rolling, yes. And that's why we snowballed into
now
hell.
But look at all the episodes you now have seen, and all the EU material you've been introduced to, and everything because of.
You've had amazing journeys into the EU, like Zagreus and Alien Bodies, and I know you all loved those.
At least there was also Music Volpana.
I saw the Alien Bodies.
Yeah, well, Music Volpana.
It's just been interesting. Anyway, Rain, what the hell are we doing?
Well, yeah, so, as Mike has just sort of mentioned, it's our 250th episode of the podcast. Insert that in with the dominoes, where the first domino is the gang watches Dimensions in Time, and then the last domino is episode 250 of the podcast. But yeah, I can't believe I'm saying this, but we want to do something a bit special for this monumental milestone. So next time on Doctor Who Reviews, Richard E. Grant stars in Scream of the Shalka.
Hey, look at that!
Now, I'm going to state this right off the bat. I love the TARDIS. I love the TARDIS console room. Did you see that video I sent of the guy who modeled it, who made that model, like that render of it?
If I did, I can't remember it, but yes.
Let me find it again. Hang on, so you can at least have a picture of it.
Well, the point is that I don't know exactly when this is going to go out. It might be next week because we had to move this one back a week for reasons. It might be 2 weeks. It might even be 3 weeks to get everything back on track with the other podcasts. But
that's fair.
The next time we do a podcast, it will be the Scream of the Shalka.
Hey,
and I don't know who's going to be on it yet because we're trying to arrange some things to happen. I know, for example, I think Sean wants in on it.
Mm-hmm.
Kachiri has got like quite a hectic schedule at the moment, so I don't know if he'll be able to be on it. But we'll come with something.
If someone pulls out, I might come on. Again.
Some people will be joining me to talk about Scream of the Shalka. That I can promise you.
Polly, hey, wanna talk about? No. We say Polly.
Well, I don't think Polly. This is very much more.
That was a shit post. I'm not really.
I know, but even with this is a much more subdued. I'm going to say.
Polly, if you're listening, you're welcome on anything.
Mike, what is subdued about this podcast?
No, I meant subdued episode.
Oh, right.
Not
gotcha.
podcast.
Subdued story, yes.
Yeah, this is a subdued story about, it just, and the fact that it could be canon, could not be canon. Thanks, Rogue, with that one.
Again, caring too much of a Doctor Who canon touch grass.
Yes, but also I like the fact that it's
hell, the Barbara Benedetti Doctor is apparently canon somehow. I don't know how.
If it means that Richard E. Grant is canon in Doctor Who, I don't mind that one little bit because he should be a canon
Richard E. Grant Doctor is canon. The Richard E. Grant Doctor is canon in Doctor Who. Which one? Yes.
Exactly. I didn't say which one.
Yeah, exactly.
Could be both. One? Could be a third Richard E. Grant Doctor we don't even know about yet.
Yeah, there's.
I'll never tell.
What is it? There's Rowan Atkinson. There's Rowan Atkinson. There's the Lovelace. There's two Richard E. Grant doctors.
Joanna Lumley. Yeah.
Mark Gatiss. Anyway,
Gatiss, Barbara Benedetti, apparently, somehow.
Okay, before we go too far into the weeds, Ray, where can you find us lovely people?
Thank you for saving us. You can find us on Blue Sky.
Into the weeds!
No, I want to have dinner.
You can find us on Blue Sky in the links below. Holy shit, guys! In the links below this podcast. We're also on Twitch, although I haven't done a Twitch video in quite some time now because I just haven't had the time. But I'll tell you who is on Twitch: Frezno.
Hey, we're back for 2026 Monday Night Frezno and Thursday Night Throwback.
Yes, and I've adopted the persona of man trying to stop the chat from going to hell.
That's a very admirable position. It's not going to work, but I admire the position.
And I am apparently a guy who is on the edge trying to grab people as they are jumping very clearly off the air.
No, you're a guy that's one post away from a timeout at this point.
Whenever Cat is around, you get them.
Yes. Might mess with the bull, you get the horns. That's all I'm going to say.
Talk about a book, Rain.
Yes, books. Please buy Back to the Nth Hour by Lena Fenrir McTeer, Volumes 1, 2, and soon to be 3, Pinky Promise Swear. Please buy Terror for the Trees by Sean Dillon, and please buy Shadow of the Girlfriend, Volume 1, by a whole bunch of talented folks, including our very own Freezing Inferno. And Sean and Lena.
And others talented other people.
And a cast of thousands, yeah.
Yeah,
but not thousands.
No, but the phrase is cast of thousands, not cast of tens.
Well, it is a cast of tens.
Yes, but that's not the phrase.
Okay.
Say goodnight, Rainiac.
But wait, no. I have a letterbox. I have a letterbox to which I review random movie and which I review random movies. Funny enough, though, the last things I did review on that letterbox were a couple Doctor Who episodes. The Planet of Evil, which I gave 5 out of 5 because I just love the atmosphere of that episode. Yeah. And Paradise Towers.
Okay, that deserves a 5 out of 5.
10 out of 10, 5 out of 7.
10 out of 10, 5 out of 7, 6, 7.
Planet
Mike
of Evil
will be lobbying something else.
Yeah, the Muppets Wizard of Oz tomorrow when we do. At time of recording tomorrow, we will be doing the Quantum Leap Reviews podcast because of friction in scheduling that happened. Say goodnight, Rainiac.
Thanks, Mike. Good night, Rainiac, and we'll see you next time for Scream of the Shellcat and episode 250. Oh my god. Until then, bye for now.